You and me, we need to have a talk. Come here. Don't be afraid. I caught you with your hand in the cookie jar, and I'm not mad. I'm just fucking pissed. I don't know how much more clear I can be when I say I can't stand it when people harass or insult someone or some community I make a video joking about. When I make a video, it's mainly for entertaining purposes. I never, ever want anyone going out of their way to harass and insult whoever or whatever it was about. I actively discourage that behavior, and it keeps happening, and it's making my asshole fucking raw. If the video is a complete joke, there's still some people that get so hateful towards whatever it was joking about that they'll go out of their way and harass them. I don't get it. Stop. Like, for example, I used to make some videos watching some goofy cooking videos where the chef makes some silly recipe, here's Chef Danger, and today he's whipping up his signature chocolate mayonnaise omelet, and I'd make just some lighthearted jokes about the cooking, and I can't do that anymore because people, for some reason, took it to some extreme where they'd go to that person's content and leave hate comments endlessly. Just being a massive fucking douchebag to the person when it wasn't serious, we were just joking around. And I know on the internet saying just joking is the lamest thing you can ever fucking say, but I have no other words to describe it. Like 90% of the time when I make a video on someone else's content or a topic, the person that it's about reaches out to me and we become friends, like with Ordinary Sausage. We became friends through me joking with his content. Like, it's never serious. I make videos just for entertaining videos, not to lead some kind of fucking movement or crusade against someone or something. Like, it's just not that fucking deep. Just to be clear, I know it's not a lot of you that do this. I know it's not a ton of people engaging in this. It's a very, very, very small number of people from this community that do this awful shit. But just like when it comes to Minecraft stands, where a small portion of the community does some horrible shit, I want to just get ahead of it and completely disavow it again in front of everyone and tell you that it is unacceptable to me. I don't encourage it. I don't like that shit. And to the small number of people that do put on like the cape and mask and then head to the fucking comment section to be an asshole or start DMing the communities or the people just to be a douchebag to them, please stop. You're not a member of the Justice League keeping the internet safe one hate message at a time. You're just being a douchebag. The reason I'm talking about this is because it happened again yesterday. I was covering a subreddit that I thought was a really goofy place. I called it the worst subreddit on Reddit. I never showed the subreddit's name, and I did that because I wanted to make sure that no harassment or anything would happen to it. I even gave like a full disclaimer, please don't fucking do this, like the goddamn FBI warning on the old VHS tapes that pop up before a movie. But just like the fucking little "Are you sure you're 18" message that pops up before entering a porn site, it was useless. Because people still went out of their way and did it because I made one massive mistake. I didn't censor commenters' names. In fact, that thought didn't even cross my mind. I had this level of trust with the people watching that there'd be this understanding like, hey, we shouldn't go harass them. He even said he doesn't want that, and it's also not that serious anyway, so there's no point. Let's just sit back and be entertained. I thought I could trust having the names not be censored. Like, it didn't even come across my mind like this could be a problem. But it turned out to be a huge problem because over the last 24 hours, people have been non-stop harassing the commenters that showed in the video, and all of the subreddits are privated. So it's been a complete fucking disaster because of that, and I feel like shit. I know on the internet, especially people that are active on Twitter, have this idea that they can save everyone and be the anime hero that they were born to be. But I really didn't think that would come out to play with the topic from yesterday's video, and I guess that's my fault. I thought the topic was goofy enough where we could all just be entertained by it. Yes, there were some very disturbing posts on a few of the subreddits that I briefly mentioned, but none of the comments I showed in my video were those people. So you going out of your way to harass those people did absolutely fucking nothing, except perhaps reinforce their beliefs that nothing good comes from dogs. Like I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what you were really thinking, because you didn't do anything to help anyone at all. So, now let me go ahead and explain a few things. I showed the top post from one subreddit that was dedicated to the hatred of dogs, but I was referencing other communities as well, such as the hatred of cats and the extreme hatred of dogs on other subreddits, but I only showed you the top posts from the biggest one, because I thought that would make the most sense to cover the topic. Now, some of the members from the communities, which are now all privated thanks to all the harassment they received, have said that these things never existed and I lied and made it all up. Now I'm going to defend myself. I did not lie and I didn't make it up. As some of the members will also admit, there were quite a few comments that would suggest accidentally letting the dogs out of the house, letting their partner's dog out of the house, or perhaps calling the police on the neighbor's dog that was barking, and maybe the police could take care of the dog. And yes, a lot of those posts were removed by moderators, which is great, but there still were comments that were shared like that. It's not like they never existed and I made it up. They were there. I have literally been on those subreddits for 3 months just reading some of the stories. I have seen them. I have read them. But again, I was referencing other communities that hated dogs and cats that just weren't as big as this one. I was just showing this one to cover the topic. There was another big subreddit, which is now also privated, which was about people that would never date someone that liked dogs or had dogs. And I've read some very awful things on there. But I wasn't showing those, I was only merely referencing them because the video was supposed to be about the whole topic, not just that one specific subreddit. And I guess that's my fault for not conveying that more accurately. I thought I kind of gave it away better by saying like there is other communities like for cats. But I should have made it more clear that it wasn't specific to just this one community. There was a lot of communities also going through very weird hatred of dogs as well as cats that I was referencing. So not just this one specific one. Now, as other people have pointed out, if you've watched the official podcast, it was basically like you read the manga for this here, because we actually talked about this community of people that hate dogs and cats before, and we went over some of the posts. So I've actually been well aware of the subreddit for like, I don't even know, like 3 months now, and I've checked in pretty regularly, so I have seen some of the more awful things on there. And like I said, yeah, some of them did get removed, but they did still exist, and I don't appreciate being called a liar about it when you know full well that those things were in the community, at least for some duration of time. Even if it was ephemeral, those sentiments were shared amongst the communities in those subreddits. Definitely wasn't shared by every member of the community, but there were multiple posts that I've seen over the last few months that were disturbing and sharing those awful ideas. Now, like I said, again, I'll recap it. There's nothing wrong with not liking dogs or cats. It's taking it to a fucking extreme where you're making these wildly long posts celebrating either a dog getting taken away from its owner, or you breaking up with your partner because they had a dog, or your refusal to date someone with a dog, going through like this crazy long rant about how awful dogs are and how like they're the root of all evil. Dogs created coronavirus, and 5G radiation waves are the result of dog glands taking over, like wild stuff, all relating to this crazy over-the-top hatred of dogs. That's what is goofy and why I thought it was an interesting topic to cover. But there's nothing wrong with not liking dogs or cats. There's plenty of reasons you may have for not liking dogs or cats. A bad experience. You could have been attacked by a dog. You could have only met aggressive dogs. Maybe the dog that you had growing up would just constantly shit all over the place. Maybe the dog got more attention than you and you still are upset about it. Like, there's plenty of reasons you could have for not liking dogs or cats. I don't know why so many of them are saying that I'm now a puppet of Big Dog, whatever the fuck that means, to try and propagate this dog war or something. They making it seem like it's a fucking battle where like dogs are taking over, or like it's crazy propaganda, dog propaganda, like dogs are the ultimate good or something, and anyone that doesn't like them will be executed, or whatever they're going on about. That has nothing to do with anything. There's no fucking dog propaganda. Just people happen to like dogs and cats. Like, it's not that deep. It really isn't. And the only reason I was showcasing this isn't because there's something wrong with not liking dogs or cats. It's having multiple communities dedicated to a crazy hatred of them simply for the fact that they exist, or simply for the fact that other people like them. It was a silly topic. That's all. With some very disturbing bad actors in there, which I didn't showcase, and which I do understand some of them were removed from the communities. But it was still worth mentioning, okay? And that's really all there is to it. But again, the main fucking takeaway is stop going out of your way to harass whoever the topic or whatever community the topic of a video is about. Not just my content, but anyone's content on YouTube. There's a lot of people who cover a lot of different things, and I still see it a lot where people go out of their way to harass, insult, and just go wild about whatever the topic of the video was directly to the people or in the comments or whatever. It's bad behavior. It's silly. It's dumb. It's fucking dumb. And I don't know how many more times I have to just say stop. Just please. Just fucking please. Stop doing that. So yeah, anyway, that's about it. See ya.